you have ever seen. My father, he was orange, and my mother, she was green.
Oh, me father was an Ulsterman, proud Protestant was he. My mother was a Catholic girl from County Cork was she. They were married into churches, lived happily enough, until the day that I was born and things got rather tough.
Oh, it is the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. My father, he was orange, and my mother, she was green.
Baptized by Father Riley, I was rushed away by car to be made a little orange man, me father's shining star. I was christened David Anthony, but still in spite of that, to my father I was William, while my mother called me Pat.
Oh, it is the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. My father, he was orange, and my mother, she was green.
With mother every Sunday to mass I'd proudly stroll. Then after that the Orange Lodge would try to save my soul. For both sides tried to claim me, but I was smart because I'd play the flute or play the harp, depending where I was.
Oh, it is the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. My father, he was orange, and my mother, she was green.
Now when I'd sing them rebel songs, much to me mother's joy, me father would jump up and say, "Look here, will you, me boy? That's quite enough of that lot." He'd then toss me a coin, and he'd have me sing the Orange Flute or the Heroes of the Point.
Oh, it is the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. My father, he was orange, and my mother, she was green.
One day me ma's relations came round to visit me, just as my father's kinfolk were all sitting down to tea. We tried to smooth things over, but they all began to fight, and me being strictly neutral, I bashed everyone in sight.
Oh, it is the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. My father, he was orange, and my mother, she was green.
Now my parents never could agree about my type of school. My learning was all done at home, that's why I'm such a fool. They both passed on, God rest them, but left me caught between that awful colour problem of the orange and the green.
Oh, it is the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. My father, he was orange, and my mother, she was green. Yes, it is the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. My father, he was orange, and my mother, she was green. Hey!
Here comes the sun, I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun. I say it's alright.
County, 17-year-old world champion, the sensational Quimble Warren. All the way from County Donegal on the northwest of Ireland, near Dunlow, three-time world champion, Emily Conlow. From Newcastle in the north of England, the sensational champ that is Miss Minnie Place. I'm just outside London town from Hertfordshire. What an athlete, amazing champion. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Erin Grace Cook. From his own County Kerry, two-time world champion, our brush dancer, he floats like a butterfly, Mr. Sean Slimon. From County Tipperary, what an incredible champion, the big man with the big rhythms, two-time world champ, Mr. David Pike. From Killarney, County Kerry, one of the greatest freestylers, the incredible rhythm of Mr. Mark Clifford. Here we go. Bring us home, Davey. Here we go. Watching Celtic step the show. Ladies and gentlemen, good night and thank you. Good job, Chief. Adios, Lord Live there. Good night and thank you. Bye-bye.
I was dreaming of old Ireland and Killarney's lakes and fells. I was dreaming of the shamrock and the dear old Shandon bells, when my memory suggested in a vision bright and clear all the strange things that would happen if we had old Ireland here. If the Blarney Stone stood out on Sydney Harbour and Dublin town to Melbourne came to stay, if the Shannon River joined the Brisbane waters and Killarney's lakes flowed into Botany Bay, if the Shandon bells rang out in old Fremantle and County Cork in Adelaide did appear, Aaron's sons would never roam, all the boys would stay at home, if we only had old Ireland over here. There are lots of lovely lassies dancing on the village green. There are lots of lovely collies, the finest ever seen, where the boys are all called Paddy and the girls called Molly dear. Sure we'd wrap the green flag round them If we had old Ireland here, if the Blarney Stone stood out on Sydney Harbour, and Dublin town to Melbourne came to stay, if the Shannon River joined the Brisbane waters, and Killarney's lakes flowed into Botany Bay, if the Shandon bells rang out in old Fremantle, and County Cork in Adelaide did appear, Erin's sons would never roam, all the boys would stay at home, if we only had old Ireland over here.
Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, I say.
While most Irish people are very friendly and tourists are safe traveling throughout Ireland, like many countries, there are some underlying tensions, particularly in Northern Ireland, that have influenced people's behavior and attitudes even today in 2024. In order to better understand what some pictures will show later in this video, a short recap of history might be helpful. Let's go back, then come forward. Catholicism came to Ireland in the 4th century. The Church of England, the Protestant religion, was established in the 1500s after King Henry VIII was not granted a divorce by the Pope. The English Reformation in the 1500s increased the antagonism between England and Ireland, as the Irish remained Catholic, which became a justification for the English to oppress the Irish. Thus, the Troubles in the 1900s were seeded by centuries of conflict between the predominantly Catholic Ireland and mainly Protestant England. To help in their cause, Britain also sent boatloads of Scottish Protestants to Northern Ireland to live there and assist England. In 1920, facing civil war in Ireland, Britain partitioned the island with separate parliaments in the predominantly Protestant northeast and the predominantly Catholic south and northwest. However, during 12 August 1969, tensions flared into violence during a British loyalist parade through Derry's Catholic Bogside. The Battle of the Bogside lasted 3 days. Such loyalist nationalist violence quickly spread to Belfast in the loyalist Shankill Road area and the nationalist Clonard area. For example, in Belfast, British loyalists swarmed Catholic Clonard neighborhoods and burned 1,500 homes to the ground. On August the 14th, 1969, the overwhelmed Prime Minister of Northern Ireland called on the British government to send troops in to restore order. It was the beginning of a decades-long deployment in Northern Ireland by the British military. The following 45 years of the Troubles, which ended in 2014, left some 3,600 people dead and more than 30,000 injured. Today, most Irish nationalist Republicans continue to seek a united and independent Ireland, while Ulster Unionist loyalists want Northern Ireland to remain part of Britain. As one of our Catholic guides told us in Belfast, those that went through the troubled years can't forget what happened. Therefore, as you will see in Belfast, the Protestants and Catholics remain separated in their living areas and schools with walls and fences separating them. Thus our guide said peace remains tentative, and maybe his daughter's generation in about 15 years will bring lasting peace, since they will not have experienced the 45 years of violence.
I wander today to the hills, Maggie, to watch the scene below. The creek and the creaking old mill, Maggie, as we used to long, long ago. The green grove is gone from the hills, Maggie, where first the daisy sprung. The creaking old mill is still, Maggie, since you and I were young. Oh, they say that I'm feeble with age, Maggie. My steps are much slower than then. My face is a well-written page, Maggie, and time all alone was the pen. They say we have outlived our time, Maggie, as dated as songs that we've sung. But to me, you're as fair as you were, Maggie, when you and I were young. They say we have outlived our time, Maggie, as dated as songs that we've sung. But to me, you're as fair as you were, Maggie, when you and I were young. When you and I were young.
In a neat little town they called Belfast, apprentice to trade I was bound. And many's the hour's sweet happiness, oh, I spent in that neat little town. Till bad misfortune came o'er me, that caused me to stray from the land. Far away from my friends and relations, to follow the black velvet band. Her eyes, they shone like the diamonds, you would think she was queen of the land. And her hair hung over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band. As I went walking down Broadway, not meaning to stay very long. I bet with a frolicsome damsel as she came a-tripping along. What she pulled out of her pocket, she slipped it right into me hand. Then the law came and put me in prison. Bad luck to her black velvet band.
Her eyes, they shone like the diamonds. You would think she was queen of the land. And her hair hung over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band.
Next morning before judge and jury, the both of us had to appear. And the judge said, "My jolly young fellow, the case against you is quite clear. And 7 long years transportation, you're going to Van Diemen's Land, far away from your friends and relations, betrayed by the black velvet band."
Her eyes, they shone like the diamonds. You would think she was queen of the land. And her hair hung over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band.
So come on, you jolly young fellas, you should all take a warning from me. And whenever you're out on the liquor, me lads, beware of the pretty colleens. They'll fill you with the whiskey and porter until you're not able to stand. And the very next thing that you know, me lads, you'll be sent off to Van Diemen's Land.
Her eyes, they shone like the diamonds. You would think she was queen of the land. And her hair hung over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band. Her eyes, they shone like the diamonds. You would think she was queen of the land. And her hair hung over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band.
High upon the gallows tree swung the noble-hearted 3, by the vengeful tyrants stricken in their doom. But they met him face to face with the courage of their race, and they went with swords undaunted to their doom. God save Ireland, said the heroes. God save Ireland, said they all. Whether on the scaffold's high or the battlefield we die, oh, what matter when for Ireland dear we fall. Climb they up the rugged stair, rang the voices out in prayer, with England's fatal cord around them cast. Close beside the gallows tree, kissed like brothers lovingly, true to home and faith and freedom to the last. God save Ireland, said the heroes. God save Ireland, said they all. Whether on the scaffold's high or the battlefield we die, oh, what matter when for Ireland dear we fall. Girt around with cruel foes, and their courage proudly rose, and they thought of hearts that loved them far and near. For the millions true and brave, o'er the ocean's swelling wave, and the friends in dear old Ireland ever true. God save Ireland, said the heroes. God save Ireland, said they all. Whether on the scaffold's high or the battlefield we die, oh, what matter when for Ireland dear we fall. Never till the latest day shall the memory pass away of their gallant lives that's given for our land. But on the cause must go, midst the joy, the weal and woe, till we make our island nation free and grand. God save Ireland, said the heroes. God save Ireland, said they all. Whether on the the scabbards high, or the battlefield we die. Oh, what matter when for Ireland dear we fall? God save Ireland, said the heroes. God save Ireland, said they all. Whether on the scabbards high, or the battlefield we die. Oh, what matter when for Ireland dear we fall?
I was dreaming of old Ireland and Killarney's lakes and fells. I was dreaming of the shamrock and the dear old Shandon bells, when my memory suggested in a vision bright and clear all the strange